Loving Mary, heaven's ball, you are the joy of our reign. Hail Mary.
The theme for today's evening is Mary, Mirror of Justice. You see, after a series of titles addressing Mary as Mother of God and Virgin, comes a series of 13 other titles. And the first among them is Mary as the Mirror of Justice. In the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 26, Lady Wisdom is described as the spotless mirror of the power of glory of God. Three components presented to us in this text. Lady Wisdom is the reflection of the eternal life. Lady Wisdom is the spotless mirror of the working of God. And Lady Wisdom is the image of His goodness. Now, all these three elements can be applied to Mary, because Mary is the reflection of the eternal life. And indeed, in her life, we see how Mary did the will of God. Secondly, she is the spotless mirror of the working of God, because God worked in her, and that's how we have the incarnation. And she is the image of His goodness, indeed. The only difference between this text and what can be said about Mary is that Mary is termed as the mirror of justice. When we speak of Mary as the mirror of justice, we dwell on two facts or two concepts. The first is that of justice, and the other is that she is called as a mirror. Justice, the Greek word, that dikaiosune, refers to the human characteristics of being just. In any lawsuit, justice is served when the offended party is restored to a right state. Hence, the focus is not on punishment of the offender, rather on setting right of the party that has been hurt. Hence, the idea of justice is connected to righteousness, restoration, fulfillment, and peace. The Hebrew tzedakah and the Greek dikaiosune both mean righteousness. Righteousness was a process of bringing about peace, shalom. So, mirror of justice could also mean mirror of righteousness, or the one who shows how God works to bring peace. Now, we're talking about the second aspect of Mary as being the mirror, and we all know mirror is a part and parcel of our everyday life. They are used as periscopes. We use mirrors in televisions, in camera, in microscopes, while doing your dental work, the doctor uses a mirror. You see, when photons of rays of light come from an object, your good face that you have, when you look into the mirror, the light that passes from you onto the substance, okay, the smooth surface, and then the light bounces back in the same angle to your eyes, you get an image. So the purpose of a mirror is to reflect the light back that falls upon it. Mary does the same. She reflects back all that God has done for her. She reflects back the image of God to us. She reflects back the righteousness of God to us. And therefore, in the words of John Henry Newman, Mary's title, Mirror of Justice, tells us that by justice we do not mean what is understood in ordinary English. Instead, we mean all virtues at once, a perfect, virtuous state of soul, righteousness or moral perfection, so that it answers very nearly to what is meant by sanctity. Hence, the title Mirror of Justice is applied to Mary, indicating that she reflects God's justice to us, to humanity in its totality. Mary, Mirror of Justice, pray for us.